Showtime, delivering an amazing academic presentation. Hello, my name is Antony P, and welcome to the 10th video in this series on mastering presentation skills brought to you by the Center for Academic Literacy here at NTNU. The previous lesson in this series, Lesson 9, was on polishing your presentation. This is Lesson 10 on delivering an amazing presentation. This lesson has two main sections. Section 1, applying the techniques covered in previous lessons to fully craft and deliver a full academic presentation, and Section 2, on final thoughts on the importance of practice and continuous improvement in oral presentation skills. All right, let's go. It's time to show you how the academic presentation process works. Here's our example situation. Let's pretend that I am a master's student at National Taiwan Normal University studying in the Graduate Institute of Sustainability Management and Environmental Education. I am writing a research paper on the ecological benefits of a plant-based diet. I need to present my research at an international academic conference in Taipei. The presentation is 6 months away on December 5th. Whew, I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. Okay. The first thing we need to do is check the presentation scope and requirements. Here, we can see the details. Organizers, Mr. Smith and Dr. House. Audience size, 100 to 150 people. Audience expertise, professionals in environmental science. This means I can use jargon and industry phrases. Presentation length, 50 minutes with 10 minutes of Q&A. Available technology, projector screen, microphone, clicker. Conference mission and theme. Charting the course for a sustainable tomorrow. We invite thought leaders, pioneers, and forward thinkers globally to explore innovative technological and cultural solutions to promote solidarity in tackling the complex network of climate issues. Let's engage in dynamic workshops and meaningful dialogues to fully grasp the journey towards a better future that is both sustainable and robust. Great! Now that we know this information, we can design an engaging and relevant presentation for the audience. Remember, when you give a presentation, your responsibility is to provide the audience with value. I like to start my presentation designing process by picking a clean and clear template on either Google Slides or PowerPoint. I do not want a template with distracting colors and shapes. However, I can select a template that matches the mission and theme of the conference and the content of my presentation. In this case, I can pick a template with green or natural colors. I like this one. However, I'm going to delete some distracting elements of this template. Simple slides are better. Next, I'm going to make my outline for my presentation. Let's start with the introduction title slide. Introduce myself, state my affiliations, introduce my topic, thank the advisor. I have an engaging hook, an agenda background and context of my research, my literature review, and maybe I want to include a quiz here. After the introduction comes my presentation's body, my methodology, results, and analysis. Then comes the conclusions. Conclusions, discussion, and implications. Lastly, I need to leave room to hear from the audience. Interactions and engagement, question and answer. I provide my contact details, and we're done. This presentation outline is simple and easy for the audience to follow. Now I can go to my slides and begin formatting. Let's start by making a clear and professional title slide. I choose to simplify my fake research paper's title to The Ecological Benefits of a Plant-Based Diet. On my title slide, I like to put my full name, university, my professional headshot, so people know who to look for before the presentation begins, and the name of the conference. Consider adding logos as well. Next, I'm going to insert my section title slides from my outline. Great! Now I'll add my agenda slide to match my outline. I keep the agenda slide simple and brief. Unfortunately, everything I have done so far is the easy part. The rest of my presentation design depends on my research paper's content, and my presentation goals. It is likely that I cannot talk about everything that is in my research paper, unfortunately. So, what goes into my presentation from my research paper? I am going to slowly read the research paper, and I'm going to highlight the strongest points and most relevant points for my presentation's audience and the presentation goals. Now, I can design slides that concisely present that information that I highlighted. Now, I can add images to some of the slides that are relevant to the topic, or that show the research site. Next, I need to add some graphs, charts, or schematics to highlight data and concepts. I only copy them from my research paper if all of the data are relevant for my presentation. A clear title in large text at the top, large readable text, explicit category labels, units of measurement, like kilograms, pounds, millimeters, citations for figures from other studies, and high contrast coloring to ease reading are what I need. I add my method section, my results section, discussion section, and conclusions. Now, my section for Q&A. And my final slide has my contact information, a clear photo of me, and logos of my professional affiliations. The final step in preparing your presentation is to write a script for each of your slides. When I write my scripts, I use concise language. I match my script's words with my slides so my audience does not have to read and listen at the same time. At this point, I know the presentation details. I have my slides, my script drafted, and now it's time for peer and professional review of my materials. Having a professor and colleague review your materials is a great way to enhance your presentation. After your script and slides have been reviewed and revised, it's time for presentation prep. Practice, 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 then rehearse. I practice by reading my script out loud dozens of times. I practice by clicking through my slides and imagining that I'm on stage. I ask myself questions like, when should I point at my slides? Or how long should I talk about this point? Can I add a story for this section? Lastly, here is my favorite way to practice. I make a video recording of myself presenting my materials. I will watch my recording many times and take notes on areas for improvement. Then I record again. A secret strategy I use regularly is that I will listen to my presentation while I am commuting in Taipei. This helps me to memorize my script, like listening to a song. It also helps me get used to the flow of the presentation so that when I am on stage, I know what slide is coming up next. This helps me greatly with transitioning smoothly. Remember that humans remember information best when they write about it, read about it, and talk about it, and listen about it. Engaging with all of your senses will prepare you well. Now it's time to refine your oral presentation. This means let's enhance your tone, pace, and emphasis. Presenters that talk like this are very hard to listen to. I enhance my tone, pace, and emphasis by listening to native speakers present on similar information to mine, and then I copy them to the best of my ability. I also work with tutors and language professionals. I am ready to present now, and the presentation is in 3 days. Let's go! I am always prepared to present days before my presentations. I download my presentation locally to my hard drive. I download it to a flash drive, and I send it to a colleague and the event organizer, just in case. I pick out my clothes. I make sure that they are cleaned and ironed. I plan my route to the presentation location, and I focus on calming activities. Then, the presentation happens. With my good preparation, I am able to focus on making eye contact with my audience and not reading my slides. I am confident in my speed and pronunciation, and before I know it, I'm finished. It's done, and after the presentation, I hand out business cards, I thank the audience members for coming, and I answer some last-minute questions. These interactions are great for building a professional network. The presentation is always a very quick thing, and it's over so fast. But the preparation for the presentation can take many weeks, as shown in this series. A couple of days after the presentation, ask your peer reviewers and professors and advisors for feedback on your presentation. Getting feedback during the preparation stage is very different than getting feedback during the real performance. If you filmed your presentation, watch it carefully a few times and take notes on your opportunities for improvement. Now, it's time for my final thoughts on the importance of practice and continuous improvements in oral presentation skills. Just like every skill, practice takes time. Practice is vital, and practice helps us to discover our true talents. I, Antony, grew up with many reading challenges. For example, reading a book out loud was nearly impossible for me. But I kept practicing, and today I can read materials off of a teleprompter and make videos like these that help others learn new skills too. And that's kind of the life cycle of learning. So keep your head up. Oral presentations are hard for many, many, many different reasons. But remember that you're not alone. Your peers, professors, and advisors will all be there to help you become an amazing presenter. Additionally, did you know that there are many secret benefits to enhancing your academic presentation skills? First off, you can give other engaging and clear academic presentations. Then, you can also give engaging and clear business presentations, or perhaps a sales presentation. Your comfortability with public speaking will also help you give a calm and confident job interview. Lastly, the clear language styles that academic presentations demand will increase your ability to build professional and personal relationships with international students and colleagues. So, you can gain so much personally and professionally by giving an amazing academic presentation. Now go, be free, make a fantastic presentation and deliver it calmly and confidently. I, Antony P., believe in you. The Center for Academic Literacy believes in you. National Taiwan Normal University believes in you. Now, if you aren't there already, it's time for you to believe in yourself, too. In this video, we applied the techniques covered in previous lessons to craft and deliver a full academic presentation, and we discussed the importance of practice and continuous improvement in oral presentation skills. Thanks for learning with me. Bye. It's time for you to believe in you as well. It's time for you to believe in yourself too. In this video, we discussed the